Hello and welcome. I'm Sumeet Kour from Faculty of Agricultural Sciences. I welcome you all to the e-learning portal of the SGT University. In this lecture, I'll discuss about monsoon. I'll discuss this in three parts: mechanism of monsoon, onset of monsoon, and withdrawal of monsoon. So let's begin. India is an agrarian country. Monsoon is the lifeblood of the farm-dependent Indian economy, as 60% of the agricultural land in India is rain-fed. Monsoon is the most anticipated weather phenomena which occurs every year from June to September. India gets around 70% of its annual rainfall of 1190 mm in just 4 months. Most of the Kharif season crops such as rice, soybean, sorghum, pulses and oilseeds are planted with the arrival of the monsoon. Further, monsoon helps the power projects on the perennial rivers to generate electricity to be used for irrigation facilities on agricultural lands. A good monsoon leads to bumper farm output that keeps the food prices under control. On the other hand, poor monsoon can have rippling effect on India's economy and growth. A strong correlation has been established between monsoon and GDP in the past. Let me define monsoon. Monsoon is derived from an Arabic word, Mausam, which means weather. Monsoon is a seasonal reversal of the wind accompanied by corresponding changes in the precipitation. In this, the winds began to move from sea to land in one season and in the opposite direction, that is from land to sea in the next season. Monsoon winds are not static, but they are pulsating in nature. So let's understand the mechanism of monsoon because it depends on so many factors. Number 1. Differential heating and cooling. India is surrounded by Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. The monsoon happens due to the differences in temperature of land and sea. During summer, in month of May-June, the northern hemisphere is hot due to high temperatures. The land mass gets heated up quickly and can lose heat rapidly, on contrary to the water bodies that heats slowly and can retain heat for longer duration. This creates a temperature difference between land and sea. The land develops low pressure and high temperature, whereas the sea develops high pressure and low temperatures comparatively. Due to more evaporation over water bodies, more water vapors are found above the sea. As wind moves towards the sea, it picks up the moisture as it moves along. Later, clouds are developed and precipitation happens. Second, ITCZ, also known as Intertropical Conversion Zone or doldrums. It's a low pressure zone that usually develops 5 degrees north and 5 degrees south of the equator. During May and June, the ITCZ is shifted towards the Ganga basin. Thus, low pressure develops, where winds will begin to converge. Later, these winds will rise up and form clouds and precipitation will occur. Also, the movement of sun changes from Tropic of Cancer in June to Tropic of Capricorn in December. Third, Tibetan Plateau. It's a dry land mass which is around 4 to 5 kilometers above the sea level. In summer, it gets heated up and a low pressure zone develops. Thus, wind starts to move towards northern India, further strengthening the monsoon. Fourth, Madagascar. An island country in the Indian Ocean near East Africa. It develops a high pressure in comparison to the low pressure areas of Indian landmass. The high pressure areas of Madagascar gets impacted by tropical jet streams. Thus, wind starts to move towards Indian subcontinent and further strengthening the monsoon. Fifth, Southern Oscillation and Indian Dipole. Indian Ocean is at a low temperature and high pressure in comparison to Southeast Pacific, which is at high temperature and low pressure. This process reverts in every 3 to 9 years. This reversal of heat and pressure is known as Southern Oscillation. The normal process leads to a good monsoon, and opposite brings droughts and famine. The El Nino is the hot phase of Southern Oscillation and La Nina is the cold phase of Southern Oscillation. Sixth, Somalia. From Somalia, a jet stream, which is known as Flint-Later jet stream, moves towards the Indian subcontinent and further strengthening the monsoon. Let's talk about the onset of monsoon. It's also known as a southwest monsoon because of the direction of the wind from where it blows towards the Indian landmass. The monsoon hits Kerala on 1st of June, from where it gets divided into the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. The Arabian Sea branch moves towards the Western Ghats and causes rainfall in the western coastal areas. From there, it moves towards the north and the central India. The monsoon has reached Mumbai by 10th of June. On the other hand, Bay of Bengal branch moves towards the northeastern states. From there, it strikes the Patkai and the Purvachal areas, causing heavy rainfall in the northeastern states. Certain parts of Cherrapunji, Mausilram and Assam gets heavy rains. You may know Cherrapunji gets the highest rainfall in India. The Bay of Bengal winds, after hitting Himalayas, gets deflected towards the northwest, where it meets the Arabian Sea branch over Delhi and causes heavy rainfall in Delhi and surrounding areas. By July 15, monsoon has reached almost every part of India. Now you must be thinking why certain parts of Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh are drought-prone areas, whereas other southern India receives good amount of monsoon. The reason for this is the Western Ghats, which is a continuous range of mountains which has no gaps. Thus, monsoon winds cannot cross it. Thus, the leeward side of the Western Ghats receives no or very little rainfall. Retreating monsoon, also known as the northeast monsoon, due to the direction of the wind. The wind begins to move away from landmass towards the sea due to the seasonal variation. By the end of September, the temperature in northern India begins to drop. The land is cooler than sea surrounding it. Thus, a low pressure is developed over the sea and high pressure is developed over the land. Thus, wind begins to move from land to sea, causing reversal of monsoon. In addition, the ITCZ is shifted towards equator due to the movement of sun. Thus, low pressure area develops over equator, which pulls the winds downwards. Third, the westerly jet streams also starts to flow towards the lower side of the Himalayas as winter approaches, thus pushing the winds away from land. Monsoon is an integral part of India's agriculture, economy and lifestyle. Thus, the arrival of monsoon is a very joyous event for the farmers. Delayed monsoon leads to droughts and famine. On the other hand, heavy monsoon leads to flood and loss of crops. Thus, a good monsoon is necessary for keeping the economy steady with continuous supply of agricultural products. I hope you liked this lecture. For any queries, please write down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.